What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a very quick lesson. In this lesson, what I'm basically going to do is I'm basically going to explain how you can win trades by understanding structure. Anyone that is learning smart money strategy will always start from learning structure, market structure, top-down analysis, that is multi-time frame structure, market cycle, and a lot of structure lessons. So understanding structure means that you're already heading on the right direction and you're on your way to being a profitable, consistent trader. Now, another thing you should keep in mind is that you cannot actually catch all the moves, just like the moves we have right here. You see this particular move we have right here. You can catch few pips here and you can't catch all the moves. And the same goes to the move we have over here. You can actually catch few pips and you can't catch all the whole moves right here. So understanding structure is very important, and once you understand structure, you can become an independent trader. So if you look from here, what you can actually see is that price was in the downtrend. So at this point we're having a shift, and now if you look at the 2 hours time frame, we are definitely in an uptrend. So this is a break of structure to the upside, right? Price is pushing to the upside, and if you see, price mitigated an order block right here. Very clear, price is mitigated an order block. A lot of people caught this trade. 30% of the traders I know, I don't know them in person, but I do talk to them online. A lot of them caught this particular trade. This move right here was caused by CPI. That is a news event. So a lot of them caught this particular trade right here. This was a good trade for them, and they were able to catch this trade because they simply understood structure. From what you can see, we have price being efficient at this particular price point. You see from over here, the price action right here is efficient, no inefficiency. But at this point, this is where we have a very large inefficiency. Price was already coming back, filling the inefficiencies, rebalancing this imbalance right here. Now we have this order block right here. Price mitigates, moving to the upside with little candles. Now the news event came and it aligns with the overall structure, that is respecting this smart money analysis. Now at this point, what you can see after this move, you see we have an efficient price action right here. So anyone that is looking to trade might be looking at this order block right here, right? So that's what a lot of people might be looking at, and this is not actually a signal. I'm just teaching you how this works. Now from what you can see, we're already having a pullback right here. Now what I wanted to show you is not actually on this time frame. Let's jump to the 15 minutes time frame so you see what I have to show you. Now here is the 15 minutes time frame, and from what you can see, this is the break of structure of the higher time frame. If you try to look that, so this is actually the CPI news that caused this massive push to the upside. Now what you're seeing is that price is coming back to the downside to rebalance this price inefficiency and possibly mitigate some other blocks. So there is a trade that I took advantage of, and this is what I want to explain in this lesson. So what you can basically see is that after the news, you see price has been pushing to the upside. We've seen break of structures to the upside. So if you understand structure, this is going to be a very good one for you. You're going to understand this. So break of structures to the upside, price was pushing to the upside. So at this point, we have what we call a market structure shift. So you see price shifting in structure at this particular point. So it's nice if you try to identify it if you're not able to see it. So this is a market structure shift where price shifts in structure. From this point, you see price start pushing to the downside. You see price printing lower lows right here, which tells you that we have switched trend on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, the 15 minutes time frame is bearish. Remember, the overall higher time frame is actually bullish, but if you look at the 15 minutes time frame, you can see price is bearish. We have a little price action right here. Okay, we have a break of structure right here. Now price pushed to the upside to rebalance this inefficiency. I hope you can see that price rebalance this price inefficiency right here, and we have a continuation to the downside. And that is exactly what we're seeing at this particular price point, where we see price coming back to rebalance this inefficiency, and we have this continuation to the downside. So this was a range. Price was in this particular range. You can see we have this break of structure to the downside. So price was in this range, it's range a little. Now we have a break of structure, price taking this particular low right here. Now this is where I want you to pay attention to. Okay, now at this point we see that aggressive push to the downside, which takes this particular low. So this is a valid break of structure for me. Now if you're looking at the price action, you see price has been pushing to the downside. Now at this point, price takes this low, a break of structure, which is nice. And if I try to mark, so this is lower high and here is our lower low. Now these are current lower high and here is our lower low. So if you try to mark, this is actually another valid break of structure to the downside, and you can actually label that nice break of structure. Now at this point, what we're seeing is price push to the upside and it take our lower high. I hope you can see that. So this is another market structure shift. Now what you have to note is that this is a market structure shift and price is yet to rebalance the whole inefficiency right here, and we still have a zone that could be mitigated right here. Now this is the point I decided to take a little advantage of what I'm seeing in the market. So when I saw this market structure shift, what I did was I identified this fair value gap. But the truth is that I don't usually trade from a fair value gap. I thought price was going to react from this. So on the other hand, I changed my mind and I chose this as my order block right here. So when I chose this, I decided to take this trade, placing my entry at the high of this zone and my stop loss about 1 pip below the zone. I could remember I put about 1 pip below the zone. So this is 1.4. It was somewhere around here, 1 pip below the zone. Now I targeted 1:4. So when I was actually taking my target, I saw here, I thought price was going to react from this inefficiency we have over here. So I was looking to take my targets maybe at the 50% of this fair value gap. So I went for my 1:4, which I usually go for. So this about 1:4 right here. Okay, this is my 1:4 right here. So like I said, I added 1 pip to the low of this zone. So my 1:4 was somewhere here, right here, about the 50% of the fair value gap. Okay, so this is the whole trading setup. So now what you can see is that price built little liquidity while returning back to this zone. So if you drop to the 5 minutes time frame, that's why you're going to see this more clearer. So here is the 5 minute time frame, and I hope you're already seeing this clearer. So what you see is that price built this liquidity while it was returning back to this point of interest. So this is why it's good to understand structure. By just understanding structure, already understood that this is a market structure shift and I can actually take advantage of a simple trade. Now when I got this market structure shift, price built this liquidity and react to the upside without wasting time, and it hits my target massively. Okay, you see how price hits my target immediately, and this was a very good trading setup for me. Okay, back to the 15-minute time frame. So here's the 15-minute time frame. You see price hits my targets, reacts a little more to the upside, and price actually rebalance this inefficiency, mitigate something at the top. Now we see a retracement today, being the 17th, that sweep this low before we've seen another continuation to the upside. So this trade was a very good trade because I was able to understand structure. Now let me show you a mind-blowing trading setup that you can actually catch if you understand structure. This is another setup and it was shared to my Telegram community. We have a free Telegram community. So let me show you that particular example. So if you want to join the Telegram community, I'm going to link that in the description. Okay. And if you want to enroll in our mentorship, I'm going to leave the link below. You can enroll in our mentorship and be part of our mentorship program that's going to come with an advanced smart money course, which is going to change your life as a trader. So let's see the second example. Now this is the second example. This is actually GBP NZD, the 1 hour time frame. So I caught this particular trading setup on the 1 hour time frame, GBP NZD. So if you want to do your personal back test, this is actually the price action between 31st October and today being the 17th of November. Now what you can actually see from here is that if you try to zoom out, you're going to see that from this point we had a shift in structure where price starts to trend to the upside. Now when I was analyzing the market, I caught the market around this particular area, and from this area, this is what I noticed on the price chart. Firstly, what I was looking at was, okay, we have a shift in structure right here. Okay, I was seeing, okay, we've been trending to the upside. That is the 1 hour trend. That's what I was reading. I was seeing, okay, price sweeps liquidity above this particular high, and this is why we're having this massive push to the downside. Okay, we had this liquidity sweep after price accumulates a little in this particular range, because you can see price accumulates in this range, sweeps this liquidity, and a massive push to the downside. Now when I saw this, I said, okay, it's going to be nice to trade from this particular high. So this was actually how I marked this particular zone when I wanted to take the trade. Okay, this was how I marked the trades. So from what I can see, I saw price shifting in structure on the lower time frame. Okay, this was actually what I saw on the 15 minutes time frame, even though I shared it on the 1 hour time frame when I shared it to my Telegram community. So when I shared that, I saw price take this low and we have this shift in trend, very similar to the price action we have right there. So this is why you have to journal your trade, because why I took advantage of setups like this is that this is what I see on the price chart and I know what it looks like. So that's why you see me taking advantage of them without fear. So I saw the shift in trend and I was able to identify here as a very good order block which price could actually react from. Okay, I was having this zone and I was having this, so this was my first point of interest, and this one over here was the second point of interest. So let me show you what it looks like when I actually did this analysis. So here is my Telegram community, and from what you can see, this GBP NZD, the 1 hour time frame which I'm analyzing right now. So if you look at it, this was exactly how the setup looks like when I actually analyzed the market and shared it to my Telegram community. So like I said, if you want to join this community, the link is in the description. So that was how the setup looks like. Now what you see is that price returns, mitigates this particular zone and rapidly moves to the upside. So one thing I loved about this setup, even though I wasn't 100% happy with this particular setup, is that at first I had my zone right here, my stop loss below the zone, exactly like this, my stop loss below the zone, and like the way I trade, I usually go for 1:4. So what I did was, when I got my 1:4 somewhere around this area, I took partials, that is, I took some of the profits, and what I do, the remaining position, I moved them to break even somewhere here. Okay, now I was expecting price to continue, so I will make more money till price gets this high, but the next day what I saw was price retraced, took me out of the trade, that is hitting the break even. I didn't lose money on this trade, break even before it continues to the upside. So I was pained a little, but I didn't feel much pain because I already made money, right? Now I was waiting for price at this particular point of interest. So when I took this trade, I got my 1:4. Let me still show you that. So this is it right here, where I mentioned that I already bagged my 1:4 and price already moved about 140 pips. So this is it right here, where I got out at this particular area right here. This was where I was getting the retracement that morning, and I was expecting price to continue to the upside during London session, but it failed. Instead, price took me out of the trade before continuing to the upside. Now this is it, the second zone where I was waiting for price, and from what you can actually see, price retraced back into this particular point of interest where I took my trade without hesitation. Okay, I took my short position right here, stop loss above the high. Now went for my 1:4 without hesitation. So this is one thing I love about my trade, going for 1:4 risk to reward, and after that I'm moving my stop loss to break even. That is the remaining position. Now this was where I got out of the trade, and I traded my stop loss before price starts to retrace and take me out of the trade. So this is what the setup looks like. So this was just like we will buy in to sell, right? Because we know that we had a shift in structure, yes, but we took advantage of this small price action we seen on the lower time frame. Then our major targets and our major interest is this particular price action we seen here on the higher time frame. So you see, just understanding market structure and selecting the right zone has made you money in the market. So this is how it's played out, and I don't know, let me see if I have the screenshot of this particular one when it played out. This is what it actually looked like when it's played out, when I took the screenshots. Okay, I didn't actually take the screenshots immediately. As a matter of fact, when I closed my profit on this trade, I wasn't happy because I lost 2 other trades, but it was nice. It was still a good week for me. I didn't panic. So that's it. You have to understand structure and build your eyes and mind to see a lot of things in the market. So you can actually make money by just understanding structure. Yes, I know that we switched in structure somewhere here and we were about to move to the downside, but firstly I had this setup which I've been taking advantage of, not the first time, and I made money from it. And there are other setups I would have actually showed you how I made money by just understanding structure, but the video has taken a lot of time already. It has taken a lot of time already, so we're gonna end here, okay, and we're gonna continue from next time. So that's it. And like I said, if you have interest in joining our mentorship program, which will be coming up next year, I'm gonna link that in the description. Okay, thanks very much and see you in the next lesson.